Hey, it's Tiombe. Happy Friday. I hope it's treating you well. We're going to be discussing why you can't get over somebody you were never in a relationship with. And I know about this subject all too well. I was once that girl in high school who was head over heels in love with a boy who didn't even know her name. And we talked like every day, and he didn't know my name. He literally just called me poetic justice because of the braids that I had in my head. And I thought that was the cutest thing ever. Like, girl, you're delusional. He does not know your name. Anyways, when I had to get over him, it felt like my heart was being ripped out of my chest, being spat on, and then thrown on the floor. It was terrible. I was tore up from the flow up. It took a lot for me to heal. But there were so many reasons why it was so hard to get over this man that I wanted so badly. And in case you're wondering why you can't get over somebody you never dated, we're going to get into that today. So let's begin. The first reason, you have created an idealized image of this person and how perfect and wonderful things would be if you guys were together. You've created a fantasy and a relationship that exists mostly in your mind, and letting go of the fantasy is pretty difficult. Another is if you never let them know how you felt, or if you never got closure, or if they sent you mixed signals, you have a lot of unresolved emotions, and that can definitely leave you feeling stuck. I, for one, did get mixed signals from this man, and it just left me wondering, like, does he really like me? Maybe he's just going through a tough time right now. If he wouldn't text me back for days, he's probably just busy, or maybe he doesn't really like me. It was awful. Speaking of emotions, the next reason is you've invested a lot into this person with all the time that you thought of them and all the scenarios that you created in your head. And that created a strong attachment. The fourth reason is you looked at them as somebody who could fill a void for you. And when we're not whole and satisfied, we often do that with people. You might have an attachment wound. You might have an abandonment wound. You projected your needs and desires onto this person, thinking that they could fulfill them, which makes it hard to let go of that potential. The fifth reason is based in nostalgia. If this person was a part of a significant or happy time in your life, you could be holding on to them as a symbol of that time in your life. Now we can go into a few of the things that helped me move on. One thing I did was just completely block this person. What else do we really have to talk about? If I have feelings for you and they're unrequited, I don't need you as a friend. So I just ended up blocking this person and removing them from all social media. The next thing I did is wake up from my fantasy and look at reality. I had to understand that this person was not the person that I made them to be in my head. I had one idea of who this person was, and then there was who this person actually was, and they were not the same person. And once I understood that they were not the same person, it was easier for me to be able to move on. The next thing I did was really realize my self worth. Because if this person isn't pursuing me, this person's giving me mixed signals, why would this be a person worthy of my time? He wasn't. And I had to realize that I don't deserve that treatment. I'm a queen and deserve to be treated as such. And if you're getting mixed signals from a person, they're not mixed signals. They're not into you. A mixed signal is your answer that they are not into you. And I wish that I had known that when I was younger, but I know it now and I'm just relaying the message. Another thing that helped me move on was understanding that if he really wanted to, he would. If he really wanted to pursue me, if he really wanted to be in a relationship with me, he as a man would have made it happen. Another thing that helped me get over him was my great community of friends. I had my friends to just go out with and help me heal, take my mind off things. The last thing I had to do was realize that I was the only person who could give myself closure. I was the only person who could tie up those loose ends, and that really just looked like me accepting the situation for what it was. This man did not want me for whatever reason. I wasn't going to waste time and energy trying to think about why he didn't want me. That was just a waste of time. But this man didn't want me, didn't realize my worth. We just weren't meant to be in a relationship. And if it was meant to happen, it would have happened, but it wasn't. So it didn't. And at first, when I was younger, I looked at the situation as like me taking an L and being like, damn, like he really didn't want me. Like that sucks. But as I got older and was able to reflect on the situation, I'm able to come with a new perspective. And that's honestly that I was probably being saved in that moment. Like it was a blessing that this man didn't want me. I was not equipped to be in a relationship with a man like him because when you get older, you're able to look back on situations and see all the red flags. And I was able to look back and reflect and just understand this man had a lot of red flags. And this wasn't a person that I would be in a successful, happy relationship with. So it was really just a blessing that we didn't end up together. It would have done more harm than good to be with this man. Well, that concludes today's video. I hope you found it helpful. Once again, this isn't a goodbye, it's a see you later. Talk to you soon.